is to make them understand the same verses that they are reading in Taraweeh, or make them understand the meaning of the du'as, long du'as that they recite, and force their children to read and repeat them, which doesn't attract them. So if instead of, I'm not saying that we should not do these things, but beside this, we need to have classes to make them understand the meaning of Holy Quran in the Ramadan. And this is practically what Prophet Muhammad was witness as saying. He once entered a mosque and he saw a group of people were praying and a group of people were sitting and discussing Islamic ideology. And he preferred to join the group which were discussing, because that improves our awareness and increases our knowledge.
This is a very important point. Before going to the second step, another advice that you can give, but what you are saying here is for all the Muslims, and this is the responsibility of every single Muslim, man and woman, and he or she can be involved in the process. As you are saying, the mosques can do the job as well, which is understanding is a key factor. If we don't understand what we are saying during Ramadan, because as it is said, Shahru Ramadan huwa Shahrul Quran, the month of Ramadan is the month of the Quran, and we read the Quran much more during that month, but just to try to understand what we are reading. And it could be, for example, I knew some young Muslims reading in their language, in English or in French or in Dutch, the verses that were going to be read in Arabic during the Taraweeh, which is the long prayer, and then to be able to follow, because when you understand, your attention, your heart is more present. So understanding and to work on more understanding and less, not less, because you said something important, not less ritual, the same rituals but more understanding.
More understanding, yes.
What else could be something that we can advise for the young and not so young Muslims during that month?
Yes, and they should learn to be kind. They should try to control their bad habits, and this is what the teachers should make them realize and recognize, that Ramadan is only not just reciting du'as, and you have to do some practical things. You have to make
like what?
Some promises, like if you have the habit of backbiting, not to backbite. Because you should do the fast of tongue, fast of eyes, fast of ears. The whole body should be involved in the fasting. I mean, you should not listen to the wrong things. You should not see and look at the wrong things. You should not taste the wrong thing. You should not feel the wrong things.
Yeah, so this is also something which is important, is that you are transforming Ramadan into a formalistic practice if you only respect the fact that you are not drinking and not eating. But if you add to this, what you are saying is that it's a question of behavior. It's the way you serve your parents. It's the way you talk, because what is going out of your mouth, even the Prophet ﷺ said once, if someone is attacking you, say, "Inni sa'im," I'm fasting, so I cannot respond with bad words and slang language because I'm fasting. So it's all a question of behavior. So by controlling your behavior, you come back to the essence of Ramadan. And I think that understanding, it's a very important point, behavior, and also that you are adding something which is, it's not only your stomach that is fasting. You should also fast with your ears, and you know the verse, in the sama wal basara wal fuada kullu ulayka kana anhu mas'ula, meaning that your ears, your eyes, what you are feeling, what you are watching, and this is also a good point.
All parts of your body will be questioned on the Day of Judgment.
Yes, and what you are watching on TV and the way you spend your nights is as important as the way you spend your days. So behavior as a second thing, and this is a personal thing. Any one of us could do this and come back to the essence. What else would you add?
And that's what exactly is missing, because the fast is just becoming remaining hungry, and in the evening just eating a lot.
Exactly.
What you did not eat throughout the day, you just try to make up and eat as much as possible. I have seen sufres and tables of the especially in the parties that I held in the name of iftar parties, you get so many varieties of food, and people just forget the items of food that we eat in Ramadan nowadays, we don't even eat during other time. So instead of becoming slim, instead of losing some weight, we end up gaining more.
Yes.
And so we have to work in that direction. We have to introduce the missing links of Ramadan, missing parts of Ramadan.
Yes, wouldn't you add something for the Muslims also in the Western countries, which is also important? Ramadan is a school where you are resisting, in fact, the very meaning of it is that you are resisting an economic order. You know, the capitalist order is all about making money and being richer. The meaning of life is not this. The meaning of life is dignity and to serve, much more than to be served and to look for money only. And then when we are in the Western society, the people around us, the only thing that they got from us when we are they are still getting from us when we are fasting is, oh, I'm tired because I'm fasting, I work less because I'm fasting, I can be nervous because I'm fasting, you are getting very quick on my nerves because I'm fasting. Well, it should be exactly the opposite. And which kind of message should we spread in the Western societies while we are fasting?
Yes, we should show by our behavior. We should not try to show off that we are fasting. We should behave in a way that people, without noticing that you are fasting, notice your good behavior. And that's what Prophet Muhammad used to say, that we need to invite people with our behavior, not our tongue.
But it's a very important point. What you are saying is that they should not notice that we are fasting, but they should see that we are adding good behavior.
Good behavior.
Why? It's exactly the opposite.
We are a changed person.
Yes.
Different person. So
yes.
That's what we need to show.
But for example, which kind of good behavior, should we show and spread around in a non-Muslim majority society, for example?
Like if we are an angry person, we should show more politeness. And so all of the Muslims notice that Ramadan comes and Muslims fast. So instead of witnessing anger and lack of patience, they should witness politeness from us. They should see that during the month of Ramadan how we become more polite and how we change our behavior. And this is all the barakah and blessings of Ramadan.
Yes, this is on a personal level, but I also think that we can add something towards the society, because we are living in modern societies, capitalist and neoliberal societies, where we have poor people, where we have people who have homeless people, elderly people being lost in this society because as they are perceived as not useful, they are forgotten. And I think that Ramadan is the real time where we have to show concern, that you care about people. It's an awareness, it's a mindset, it's a mentality that you have to spread within the society. And this is also with the non-Muslims, because what is important is that we respect human beings and we respect the very nature. وَلَقَدْ كَرَّمْنَا بَنِي آدَمَ. The human beings are dignified. And I would say that the Muslims here sometimes are not doing enough.
Yeah, I mean, recently I was in America, and what we did there in Ramadan, we used to get together, all Sunni and Shia mosques together, and go and feed the poor in the city. And we used to tell them, this is the month of fasting, and we don't eat during the day, and we can feel how you suffer. So we used to go and give food to them. And distribute up to 1,000 people food, or more than 1,000 people. We used to give food to them, and that used to raise questions in their mind. They are doing this and to feel closer to us, and this is the positive way of passing the message of Ramadan. We should look around in our society. There are many people who don't even have enough to eat twice a day. So we should, especially the Islamic centers and mosques, they should look around in their area and go and find out who doesn't have enough, and either invite them to the centers to let them see how we fast and how we break our fast. Unfortunately, in some centers, it becomes a tug of war to get the food, which is not right. We should be polite, we should sit down and...
Thank you so much for that. I think that during this discussion we have been able to at least to be quite clear on the fact that the Muslims and during these months of Ramadan we are as much in danger as we have all the other religious traditions if we forget the very essence of what we are doing, just to be at the end of the day more consumerist and adding food to food and eating to eating during our nights, not understanding the very meaning of why we are fasting during the day. And there is something which was said here which is important. The starting point of everything is understanding. So when we are praying, when we are reading the Quran, to add this understanding and this intellectual commitment to try to get the meaning of what we are doing, it's important, because with meaning there is understanding, and with the understanding there is meditation, and deepen our understanding of our fast and our experience. And the second thing which is important is behavior, because we fast with your body, but we also have to fast with anything which has to do with our behavior. So to serve the people, our relatives within the family, but also within the community, and to show that to fast is a transformational process towards our behavior, towards the people, and in which we are changing this. And the last point which is important is also with the non-Muslims around us, it's also important to serve them on an individual basis, but also in the society, with our mosque, with our institutions, to provide food and service, and to serve the people as the true translation of what fast means. So with all these dimensions, we can come back to the very essence of fasting. But this means it's a jihad, it's a personal effort, it's a collective effort that we should endeavor in order to come back to the very essence of Islam. Well, that's all we have time for. Please let us know your thoughts and views on any of the shows you have seen, and here is how to contact us.
We'd like to hear your views on today's show, as well as ideas for future programmes. You can do this by emailing us at islamandlife@presstv.co.uk. You can also join our Facebook page by searching Islam and Life on Press TV, where you can view past programmes, keep up to date on future shows, leave comments and meet other Islam and Life fans.
Finally, I would like to thank my guest, Sayyed Mohammad Razavi. Thank you so much, and providing us with your insight in all this difficult topic and spiritual dimension of Ramadan. And I hope to see you next week, inshallah.